video, we're going to look at adding and subtracting rational expressions. Now let's just do a quick example of adding and subtracting fractions, just to remind ourselves. If I gave you something like 1/8 plus 5/8, those two fractions have the same denominator. So you're able to add them. That means that the bottom is going to stay the same as 8, and you're going to add the top. So 1 plus 5 is 6, and the bottom is 8. So that becomes 6/8. That makes sense. 1/8 and 5/8 is 6/8. If you wanted to, you could reduce that fraction by dividing the top and bottom by 2 and getting 3/4. Let's take a look at an example that has variables. What if I asked you 7/4t minus 3/4t? Well, both of those denominators are 4t, so we're going to leave that the way it is. And then in the top, I have 7 minus 3. Now 7 minus 3 is 4. You could leave your answer as 4/4t, or you could simplify like we learned in the last video and cancel out those 4's and get 1/t. How about another example? What about 8p minus 4s over 3ps plus 5p plus 3s over 3ps? Now, lucky for us, both of these fractions already have the same denominator, so I'm going to leave that the way it is. And I've got some like terms happening in both of those numerators. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write it all together here in the numerator of my new fraction. And then I'm going to say, okay, 8p and 5p, those are like terms because they both are attached to p. So if you have 8p's and 5p's, that is going to be 13p's. I have negative 4s and 3s. Those are like terms. So negative 4s's plus 3s's, that's negative 1s. And that's all over 3ps. Okay, that's my final answer there. I can't really simplify any further than that. So there's my final answer. Now, what happens if the denominators are not the same? What if I have something like this? 5 plus 2/x minus 1. Now, if I wanted to put that 5, if I wanted to change that 5 into a fraction, I could just put it over 1. We've done that before as a strategy. So I'm really looking for a common denominator. I've got x minus 1 and I have 1. So really what's going on here is that 5/1, I'd like it to be over x minus 1. So what I can do is I can say, well, I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom by x minus 1. So that way, it has the same denominator as my other fraction. Now I'm allowed to do that multiplication as long as I do it to both the top and the bottom. So now I'm in a situation just like I was before. This denominator is x minus 1. My numerator is 5 times x minus 1 plus 2. Okay, and if I wanted to simplify that, I'm just going to distribute in that 5 and get 5x minus 5 plus 2 over x minus 1. Negative 5 plus 2, those are like terms, so my final answer is 5x minus 3 all over x minus 1. Okay, everyone? Good luck.